Today we are going to talk about the life cycle of the butterfly. So here's the butterfly, and I've been watching a woman who raises monarch butterflies, which I think is really cool. And they've been talking about how to tell if it's a boy or a girl butterfly. And because her lines are much darker, wider, and straighter, this is a girl butterfly. Now the boy butterflies have kind of a little, their lines are a little thinner, and then there's a little kind of a bump here on each side of the line. So it looks like a little black blip. And those are the boys. This one happens to be a girl butterfly. This is about the butterfly's life cycle. If we were in class, then we would have butterflies that we would raise from caterpillars in our classroom and watch them hatch out. Sadly, we're unable to do that, but we're going to do this and look at how butterflies grow. How do butterflies grow? They're beautiful, aren't they? Butterflies grow from an egg. So look, this egg is not like a chicken egg, is it? It's actually been put on this leaf, so when it hatches out, it'll have food to eat. So from the egg comes a caterpillar. And yes, the caterpillar is actually eating the egg part of it. And then it will go ahead and start to eat the leaves. This is how the caterpillar grows. So, from caterpillar, look how much it's grown. Look at its colors. Look, I thought this was interesting, that it looks like it's got antennas here and antennas here, and there's a reason for that. Caterpillars have no way to defend themselves. So, this is a camouflage, and whenever things are trying to find something to eat, it's hard to tell if this is the head or if this is the head. And so it looks like it has two heads on it to things that are trying to hunt it. It doesn't really have two heads. But after the caterpillar eats and eats and eats and gets big, look what happens. It makes this silky little patch. It hangs itself upside down, and then a chrysalis starts to form around it. And it will hang there and hang there and hang there until, look what happens to the chrysalis. Okay, so let me go back one page. Look at how beautiful and green it is. And you can't see anything inside of it right now, can you? Then after days and days and days and days, it starts to get this really dark color. And look, can you see what's happening inside? Can you see it? And then out emerges the butterfly. Now, when butterflies first come out, they look like this. I always think they look a little bit like a wet wash rag. And their wings are all wrinkled up. But after they've been out for a while, and then fluid pumps into their wings, look what happens. They form into a beautiful butterfly. Look at its wings. Now see, here's the boy. Do you see I told you it's got a little blip of black on it? So they become a beautiful butterfly. Isn't that amazing? These happen to be monarch butterflies. And monarch butterflies travel from the northern part of the United States down to Mexico in the wintertime. I'm going to show that to you in just a few minutes. It tells you on here that it takes anywhere from 3 to 12 days for a butterfly to hatch out of its egg. So let me show you its egg. Okay, boys and girls. So it says that the monarch butterfly is one of the most common butterflies in the United States. Its egg, right here, gets laid, and one girl butterfly can lay up to 1,600 eggs in her lifetime. And they lay them usually on a leaf of a milkweed plant. Milkweed is what monarch butterflies love to eat. That's their favorite thing to eat. So, like I told you, it will take 3 to 12 days for this egg to hatch into a caterpillar. Now, once it hatches, My caterpillar is not a monarch caterpillar, but it becomes a caterpillar. So that stripy caterpillar we saw before is actually a monarch caterpillar. This is the caterpillar. And the first thing that the baby eats after hatching is its eggshell, which I told you earlier. They eat the leaf that the egg was on, and then the mother butterfly purposely lays her eggs on the milkweed plant so that the baby has plenty of food to eat. Young caterpillars eat non-stop until they get big and fat and full grown. As they grow older and bigger, they feed on chunks of leaves and plants, flower buds and seeds. They will be full-grown caterpillars in about 2 to 4 weeks. The full-grown monarch caterpillar has 6 eyes on each side of its head, and it sees light, shade, and some movement. Isn't that interesting? Now, as it grows, it sheds its skin 4 to 6 times. It will shed its skin so that it can get bigger and bigger. Remember, we talked about that before, how you would go to the store, not the grocery store, you would go to Walmart or a department store and buy you some new clothes. Well, caterpillars can't do that. Snakes can't do that. So they have to shed their skin as they get bigger and bigger. Now, after it does all that eating, it is so tired. It becomes exhausted. And it forms this little silky patch, and it will attach itself somewhere that it feels like is safe. So they call it an inactive pupa or a chrysalis. So it gradually changes inside here from the baby caterpillar into the adult butterfly. My son is going to walk by. So it stays in here for 10 to 15 days. 10 to 15 days. And in the meantime, things go on all around it. Weather, rain, whatever it is, goes on all around it. And finally, this will start to turn into a clear color. This part will start to crack, and out will hatch this beautiful butterfly. And like I said, when it first comes out, its wings and stuff kind of all hang down here. And it takes time for fluid to get pumped into its wings, and takes it a little bit of time to dry. And then once they get dry, then butterflies are able to fly. Now, butterflies actually have 4 wings. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have antennae. They have eyes. And on the bottom, they have 6 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I don't know if you can see it on my camera or not. Let's see if I can get him up a little closer. This thing right here that looks like a circle that's right up here, it's curled up. This is a proboscis, and that is how the butterfly gets its food. So it actually rolls out like a straw, and it sticks its straw-like mouth into the part of a flower where it's usually yellow, and it drinks nectar and things out of the flower, which is pretty cool. So, butterfly life cycle, egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, and the last thing it does is become a butterfly. I hope that has been exciting. I will try to put some other videos here so maybe you can see a caterpillar hatching, making into a butterfly, because we aren't going to get to see that in our classroom, and normally we do. So I will see if I can find a video to put on here for you. But I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you enjoy learning about butterflies. Bye.